Hey guys, it's Greg with By the Bootstraps, b2bootstraps.com. Check out the store if you want to. Check out the social media, like and subscribe if you like this video. Today I'm going to discuss the recent funeral that I just went to, and I'm going to talk about something that is kind of important because it happened to us as a family as a whole, okay? But I know that this is a broad-reaching problem, and so it's just something I want to discuss. Went and buried my wife's grandfather, the man, I think I misspoke in a previous video. I said he served 20 years in the military. He actually served 21 years in the military, in the U.S. Air Force. Great guy. You know, he was an electrician in the Air Force, did a lot of interesting things, worked on a lot of aircraft, did a lot of building maintenance and stuff like that. He passed away. All right. Went to his funeral, went down to Fort Logan, and they did an amazing job of putting this man to rest, and the professionalism of the honor guard. They had the Air Force honor guard out there. It was amazing. You know, they played taps. They did everything. The 21 gun salute and everything. It was really cool. I really appreciate the work and effort that those guys do. And if you're part of that community, the honor guard, regardless of what service branch, thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate seeing it, you know. However, now this is the part where I'm going to talk about. If you are privileged enough to be, or a family member to be at one of these sacred events, shut your fucking mouths when they are playing taps and when they are performing the service. It is unbelievably rude to be speaking, to be whispering, to be talking when they are doing this sacred honor. This is a man who is being buried, a man who has given so much to his country for freedoms, for liberties. You know, I've said it before multiple times, time and place. Time and place. When a man is being buried with the honor of the United States military, that is not a time for you to take your kids there. That is not a time to take your loud-ass, degenerate children or teenagers. And if you're over the age of 40 and you're at one of these events, you ought to know better. Shut your fucking mouth. That simple. Next thing on that list, though, is we, after burying him and enjoying the service, I actually went and thanked, there was a group of, I think it was a VFW local chapter who were there. And they, out of the goodness of their own heart, showed up and held the flag, the American flags and the Air Force flags during this ceremony. They presented the widow with letters of condolences as well as a coin of their chapter, which was amazing. I actually started tearing up when I saw it because, I mean, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to be there. They didn't have to. They don't know this man. They didn't know this man from Adam on it, from anything. But they showed up, and it was such a respectful thing of these guys to do that I actually, after the funeral, was booking as closely as I could once we were dismissed to go shake the hands personally of these individuals and tell them thank you for doing this for us. You know, it meant a lot to the family. You know, and I just want to say, if you're part of that, which I hope to one day be able to do so for other veterans, but if you're part of that and you're doing that, again, thank you so much. Because again, I can't stress the importance of that honor. I mean, it was amazing. And so, thank you. But this goes into what the video topic is about. We, after he had passed away, but before the funeral, we had found out that his personal military possessions were missing. They were stolen. His Air Force retirement ring, his jewelry, any kind of, like, almost all of his military paraphernalia was missing. The only thing that was, it was a couple model airplanes that he had purchased and had put together while he was in the service, and some odds and ends stuff, but it was minute by comparison. There was so much of his paraphernalia that was missing. I don't know we don't know who did it. We're kind of confident it was someone within the family. In fact, we're 99% sure it was someone in the family because those were the only people who had access to the home during this time. They were the only ones who had the ability to actually get their hands on it. And I just want to say how despicable of a human being you are if you participate in this. If you, and I don't mean just in our family, I'm talking about in general, in whole. If you, it's one thing, I mean, it's bad enough if you steal from your family. I mean, and this comes from a guy who did it when I was 15, but I'm 36 now. So I'm 21 years removed from acting like a child, you know. And I stopped at that time, and I never took anything of that value, but I stopped because I realized the shame and the embarrassment that I was causing to my family and my parents. Not to mention the shame and embarrassment it caused to me. Once I pulled my head out of my ass, I realized, oh my God, I'm embarrassing myself. You know, I was raised better than this. But the people who committed this act are the same age as I am, if not older. Two in particularly. One is going to be 36 or is 36, and the other one is 65. You know, how unbelievable. And man, again, not just our family, but anyone who's doing this. There's no value to that outside of maybe trinket value for the gold that's in the rings. It was more sentimental reasons. You know, it's one thing to steal from your family, which in and of itself is horrible, but you steal from a dead relative, and not only that, you steal a dead relative who served in the military, his personal paraphernalia from the service. You know, that's like taking a fallen police officer's weapon and badge and pawning it off someplace. You know, I mean, how despicable. How unbelievable that you could do that to someone, especially someone that you claim to love. I mean, during the funeral, it was all a bunch of tears. I mean, damn, these people, they deserve an Academy Award for Best Performance. I've never seen such sobbing of tears in my life, but the moment they got off the spotlight, it was like someone took a faucet and turned it right off. Because they turned it on just as quick and they turned it off just as quick. You know? And ironically, the same two people who felt the need to speak during the funeral are the same two people who are being eyed as the perpetrators. Funny. There's no value to this stuff outside of sentimental value. But that value is for the family. It's to be passed along. It's to keep the memory alive. It's to keep, you know, the accomplishments of the service member. It takes a cold-hearted piece of shit to do something of that nature. I don't know. I wish there was a way we could start, you know, setting up a website to where we can identify these kind of things and call out the people like that. And if that's something that you would like to participate in, let me know. I can put a site together, a WordPress or something. We can get it out there. You know, public shaming if that's what it calls for. Anyway, comment below, guys. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later.